Hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. I am your host, Francy Hall, and today we are taking a visit to the Boundless Roots Organic Farm and visiting with Ben and Sarah Hanson. They're just a lovely young couple and the farm is beautiful, so I think you'll really enjoy that. And after that, we will take a trip to the Bemidji State Park. So stay with us after a word from our sponsors.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. For current exhibits and events, check our website, www.steelehistorymuseum.org.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We are here on Boundless Roots Farm, and we are here with Ben and Sarah Hanson, who are the new owners of this wonderful organic farm. Hello, welcome.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
And let's introduce you to the people. How long have you been here? How did you get started? Who are you?
We've been here for actually just 2 months. Got here at the end of April. And Sarah and I got married 4 summers ago, and we had both worked in the cities with different jobs. Sarah worked at Feed My Starving Children. I was a manager at the Starbucks store in Wayzata, and we were just figuring out what we wanted to do with our life and decided that we wanted to grow food for people. So we interned on a couple vegetable farms out in Wisconsin the last 2 years, and then felt ready to get out on our own and came out here in April.
Here you are. And Sarah, it's kind of a natural outcropping, if you will, from the Feed My Starving Children, which is about food justice and feeding people. We are standing in the midst of a lot of vegetables. And can you tell us where we are and exactly what we're looking at?
Yeah, so, our address is 4895 21st Avenue Northwest. We're just off of 45 and just off of Cedar. Right here we're in our fields. It's 2.5 acres that are planted into a variety of close to 40 different vegetable varieties. Anything from broccoli and cabbage and cauliflower to potatoes and tomatoes and peppers and eggplant and onions. The list goes on, and within that there's a whole slew of different varieties that we're growing for different flavors and different effects that you get with your food.
And so all this food that we're looking at, people can buy into because you are a CSA, is that right? Can you tell us what a CSA is?
Yeah, CSA basically stands for Community Supported Agriculture. And the whole concept of the CSA is it's this idea that we're wanting to localize more our food system and have a system where we know the source of our food, know how it's grown, and that we can get it more fresh than what's available in a lot of grocery stores or marketplaces. So knowing that we want to all be in this food system together, there's the roles that we play is we're the farmers, and then we have members that buy basically like a stockholder company buy shares into the farm, and then we all are in it together. We grow the food, and when the harvest comes, we harvest it and make it available to all the members. And throughout the summer, every other Thursday, we put together a share of whatever is in season, and we harvest it that week, and we make it available to all of our members.
What is the exact philosophy that got you going on the CSA? What's the philosophy of the farm?
Yeah, so we are an organic vegetable farm. We aren't certified organic, but we use all organic practices. So we don't use any synthetic pesticides or chemicals or anything like that. on our land, because we believe that our food really needs to be clean when it goes into our bodies, because it's our health, and it's also our air quality and our water quality and our land quality. And putting pesticides and chemicals onto our land is really affecting our earth and our water and our health.
And our bees.
Yeah, our bees for sure.
Yep.
So how do you then keep the pesticides out of the business and keep the pests at bay enough to feed us, those of us who are going to invest in this great endeavor with you and then benefit from it? How do you do that?
A lot of it is we just let nature take care of that. Another one of our philosophies that we believe is that if you have a biodiversity of life on your land, a lot of that stuff kind of takes care of itself. So everything from the wildlife to the bird and bug and bee, insect population, to everything in the soil, all the microbes. You know, a lot of those chemicals affect those populations, but if we, you know, going right from the chemicals to the wildlife and the populations, it's something that they control themselves. When we do have populations that get a little bit out of control, then we use things like anti-insect netting. We use row covers, like a fabric you put over the beds of vegetables.
So no sprays and no chemicals.
No.
What other methods do you use, Sarah?
Yeah, we also go down row by row, and if there is a certain pest that we know can annihilate our crop, we'll just smush them.
You'll annihilate them?
We will annihilate them.
So manual pesticide
Yes.
control.
Exactly.
That is labor intensive, which talks about labor, right? So what kind of labor do you have supporting you here? It's you two. Is there anybody else involved?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we have an amazing family and friend support. So both of our families are very involved and active in helping us. We also have some friends who have been committed to coming out here and helping us. We also do have a work share option for different people who want to make a commitment to come out here on a regular basis. And in exchange for work, we will supply a CSA box of food. So instead of paying in cash, we pay in vegetables.
So work share is another one of your, I know that, you know, food justice and also it sounds like employment justice. How does that take shape in your operation?
Yeah, I mean, basically being able to have people involved and providing opportunities for people to just get their hands dirty, to get out and do some physical labor. We always welcome that here. And, you know, just last week, my sister-in-law was out here just hoeing up some summer squash, and she just said this is very therapeutic because she comes from the cities and just has this desk type job, managing type job, and sometimes that physical labor just gets you out in nature, and it's something that people need.
Just being out here is wonderful. I don't know if you guys can hear the birds, but it's a beautiful sound. And the people who are helping on the farm are helping with all of the aspects, right? The growing and the bug squishing and all of that. You grow a lot of different, you said 40 different kinds, and then within those are there different varieties, and how does that work?
Yeah, there are a whole bunch of different varieties. I was telling you about the tomatoes. Within the tomatoes, there's, I think, 20 different varieties of tomatoes that we're growing. And the idea of that is so that in case one of those varieties might be more susceptible to a certain disease, and we might lose that variety of tomatoes, but we have 19 other varieties that we can fall back on. So we're not going to be completely out if one tomato gets affected.
So crop diversity
Yeah.
is one of the things I
Yeah.
read on your website, diversity,
Yeah.
and you talked about the bugs and the birds and all the other animal diversity that helps with the farm.
The other thing related with having all the different crops is that we like to do heirloom varieties as much as possible, because the heirloom varieties are most original to when we first started cultivating vegetables, and they haven't been crossed or hybrided with a lot of others to get certain traits. A lot of people like the hybrid varieties.
Can you hear us? In addition to the birds, we've got the lovely train as well.
Yes.
Maybe it's a good time to look out 6 times a day. How can people access the food? So we've looked around. We've got a lot of different varieties of foods, and how can we access that?
Yeah, well, there is the CSA option, and we do still have slots for membership. So if you are interested, just go on to boundlessroots.com and you can sign up there, or email us if you have any questions. And also, we have an on-farm stand that we open Tuesdays and Fridays from 3 to 7, and also Saturdays from 10 to 1. And it's the same thing. It will be a variety of different in-season vegetables that are freshly harvested and a lot fresher than many places that you would be able to get vegetables.
So we've got the CSA and we've got the farm stand, and again, we're located at
4895 Northwest 21st Avenue. The address is Medford. We're actually tucked in between Medford and Owatonna on County Road 45. Also, you can easy access our place north of Owatonna coming up Cedar, and then taking 9 just over to our farm.
which I think is 50th Street.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're interested in the CSA, they've got room, or you can come to the farm stand. We thank you for coming to this farm with us. We've enjoyed our visit. We hope that you have. Thank you very much, Ben and Sarah. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying with us, and stay with us to hear from after word from our sponsors.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use, and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brickmager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brickmager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
It's Leanne on the go for the Owatonna Today Show, and I'd like to take you on a trip across the state of Minnesota to visit several of Minnesota's 67 state parks. Parks that you probably have not had the opportunity to visit because we are actually headed up to the far northwest corner of the state of Minnesota. The first stop on our tour of these state parks in northwest Minnesota is Bemidji State Park. Maybe some of you have been up to Bemidji, but have you ever stopped off at the beautiful state park that's located on the north shore of Lake Bemidji? The park features a lot of water recreation right on the park with fishing and boating and swimming. But have you ever been to their bog? It's quite a magical place.
One of the major features of Lake Bemidji is their bog walk. It's a boardwalk that goes deep into a bog, quite extensive boardwalk, and on either side you will see plants that are indigenous to bogs, some that eat insects. And if we're lucky, and I think we're here at the right time, we will see the state flower, the showy lady slipper. One of the major features of Bemidji State Park is their great bog walk. And in the bog walk you're going to see a lot of different types of plants and flowers that you normally don't see in the regular woods. So let's take a walk through the bog walk. Here we have pitcher plants. These are plants endemic to the bogs of northern Minnesota. And what happens is bugs will crawl down inside the pitcher. There's liquid there that kills the bugs, and then the plant digests the bugs. This is the flower from the pitcher plant. Another rare find here in the bogs of northern Minnesota. Give you a better look at the pitcher plants here to show you the inside of one. This is a nice little complex of pitcher plants. We have a blossom coming right there. And these here you can actually get a better look on the inside of the pitcher plant. Note the different colors and variations of the pitchers themselves. Here's a better look at the flower from the pitcher plant. This is taken from the front. The one up here then shows a back view. You're looking at another plant. It's actually an insect-eating plant that you find here in the bog area. These are called sundews. If you notice, there's the middle of the plant, and then they have a little veiny tentacle type apparatus coming off of the middle of the plant. And what happens is when an insect comes along, the plant knows when it's an insect, and the plant will close up around it. The tentacles are sticky, holds the insect into the middle of the plant, and then the plant absorbs the insect or the nutrients from the insect. These are actually very, very tiny. Probably the biggest one, or maybe about as big as my thumbnail. But a really cool bog plant. Another flower specialty that you'll find here in the bog is this right here. It's called a dragon's mouth orchid. I'll try to get in and give you a really nice close-up of it. Isn't that beautiful? Sorry for the wiggle. Dragon's mouth orchid. Here we can get a closer look at the showy lady slipper. And if you notice, we'll concentrate on this bunch here. They have 2 flowers per stalk. Generally, we'll kind of angle around a little bit there. Beautiful. And if you look on the inside, we'll go down to this one here. If you look on the inside of the flower, you'll see little pink dots. Unlike other lady slippers, your yellow lady slipper and your red lady slipper, these actually, the stems grow quite tall and they're multi-leaved. So these actually stand about 2 to 3 feet tall. There it is, your state flower of Minnesota. This bunch of the showy lady slippers really gives you a good idea of the progression of the blossoms. Here we have a blossom that's just barely starting. And then down here, you can see there's more pink that's forming on the bottom there of the blossom. On this one, a little bit more, and actually those top petals are starting to come up so that it ends up looking just like that. Here are more shots of the showy lady slipper, the state flower of Minnesota. And as you see, we have patches all over in this section of the bog. They're absolutely beautiful if you've never seen these before. Nice clusters of them. A real treat. We're looking at some of the water here now that's actually flowing in from Bog Lake. There's Bog Lake this away. And here's a little inlet that comes farther into the boggy area. This is a flower that you find in abundance up here in northern Minnesota. It's called a bunchberry. Isn't that beautiful? And then towards the end of August, after the flower dies out, the fruit is actually a little bunch of little red berries. And that's how the plant got its name, bunchberry. Another plant that you'll find in the swamps is this type of grass. The ends, when it blooms, it looks like it's cotton. And therefore it's called cotton grass. Really cool. It can grow quite tall. This happens to be a little cluster that's right at the edge of the bog water. This is Big Bog Lake. And eventually, over eons of time, the bog will slowly reclaim this water. Right now the lake ranges from 1.5 to 4 feet deep. And the bog will slowly retreat or proceed forward until you see the farther edge.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
I'm Deb Gillard. And I'm Shawn McNulty with Brookdale Owatonna Senior Living Solutions. We are assisted living and Alzheimer's and dementia care communities here in Owatonna, and formerly known as Clare Bridge and Sterling House. And we are proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show. I hope you enjoyed your visit to Bemidji State Park as well as our visit to the Boundless Roots Organic Farm. We had a great time there. Right now it's time for our community announcements. We like to keep you up to date because we are your community connection. There's an upcoming blood donation opportunity at American Red Cross. They will be at St. Joseph's Church here in Owatonna, July 15th through the 17th. Call for an appointment at 676-6872. Also, Movies in the Park are back at Central Park. Friday, July 17th will be Back to the Future 2. The Owatonna in Support of Alzheimer's group is looking for used guitars or new guitars for a unique fundraising event. So if you have a guitar that you could donate, please call Deb Gillard at 676-0411. Summer at the library is a fun and exciting time. July 9th, the Moo Daiku Drummers will be at the Owatonna Library at 1 p.m. And then July 16th, Mystifying Magic with Greg Stillstad again at 1 p.m. at the Owatonna Public Library. The Owatonna Community Band will be performing at 7 p.m. in Central Park on July 9th. On Saturday, July 11th, Steele County Humane Society with Kindest Cut as well is offering low-cost spay and neuter for dogs and cats of all kinds. If you would like to make an appointment, give them a call at 763-489-7729. Also, the Humane Society is looking for donations of baggies, kind of like Ziploc style baggies, for their giveaways during the fair at their fair booth. Steele County Historical Society's extravaganza at the Village of Yesteryear is happening on the 11th, Saturday, July 11th. There will be the 10th annual Chuck Wagon Supper, and then on the 12th will be a whole lot of great live history performances, as well as food and other fun things, so bring your family to that event. Even though Arts in the Park is taking a hiatus this year, there will be art in the park for Crazy Days. The Owatonna Arts Center is presenting its Color Wheels mobile art experience, and that is, let's see, artists that are interested in being a part of the downtown Art on the Green should contact the Arts Center by July 17th. There is no entry fee and there is no jurying of the art. Owatonna's 7th annual Night to Unite is coming up August 4th, and if you would like to participate, if your neighborhood wants to host a gathering and have the police department and fire department and others come by, please do register by July 31st. You can call Pam Roberts at 774-7200. Also, be sure that you put together some backpacks with school supplies for the Children's Remedial Fund, because the police and the other officials who are coming by those neighborhood events are going to pick those up and give them to the Children's Remedial Fund to distribute to kids in need. That includes backpacks, loose leaf and spiral notebook paper, 3-ring binders and folders, pencils and erasers, pens, highlighters, any other items that you think students might need. Please do bring those to your event and give them to the officials who will collect them. Now through July 26th at the Art Center there are 2 great artists being featured. And we visited with Dee Teller, who is presenting Sky, Horse, Water, Earth. And she, as you may have known from our earlier interview, is somebody who is literally world-renowned. She won first prize in Beijing for an international art competition for Asian art. And she's also won numerous national awards for her art. So great, amazing, world-class artist Dee Teller is presenting. Be sure to check her out, as well as David Hyduke, who is presenting bronze and steel works. There will be an artist reception on July 12th from 1 to 5, and there will be demonstrations at 2 o'clock. But again, it goes through July 26th, so don't miss out on that. If you know a family who usually during the school year has free lunch programs, you know, summer's here, it doesn't mean the need for food goes away. There are free lunch and breakfast programs available to community members who need it. It's free to children 18 and under, and their families, adults can also join them. It's $2.10 for breakfast, and it's just $3.70 for lunch. And these take place at Wilson Elementary. That's the only location that has the breakfast. Breakfast is from 8 to 8:30, now through July 30th. Lunch is 12:15 to 12:45, and that is June 8th through August 6th. And those programs take place at Wilson Monday through Thursday. At the junior high, it's lunch only, Monday through Friday, 12:15 to 12:45, now through August 7th. So if you know some kids and families who could benefit from that, or just want to get some time up with some kids their own age, please take advantage of that. We hope that you will join us on Friday. We've got an update from the Owatonna Arts Center, and we'll be previewing the Ellendale Car Show and Pancake Breakfast. So come back and join us on Friday.